Now we're live. There we go. Hi, everybody. We will get started in a few minutes. Always takes a few minutes for people to file in. So just get yourself comfortable and we'll just hang out and chat for a little bit before we get into the actual content in a few minutes. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Thomas. Hi, Kevin. How you doing? This will be one of our bigger presentations. I saw the number of registrations for this. I went, oh, okay, that's a lot. All right, cool. Hi, Robert. Hi, Connor. Hi, Jason. Hi, Michael. Hi, Tyler. Hi, James. Hi, Chris. Hi, Osmond. I know you are. Hi, Scott. Hi, Travis. Hi, Shane. Hi, Bob Hope. How old are you, Bob Hope? You know, a lot of these guys, these younger guys on these things won't even know who that is. You guys know who Bob Hope is? I mean, he's almost before my time, almost. Hi, Michael. Hi, Dwayne. I'm just checking everything here as we're going. Good. We got good. Okay, good. Everything's looking good. Great. All right. Wait another minute or two. And we'll get rocking and rolling. In the last 48 hours, I'm in a really good mood. I'm always in a good mood. Last 48 hours, I just closed not one, not two, but 3 things that I can't talk about that are really exciting that you guys are going to find out about. It'll be in about 2 months from now, 1 to 3 months. You're gonna really like it. You're gonna be very excited and very surprised because I'm excited. Some of you are gonna be more excited than me, and you'll be surprised. You're like, what the hell? How did Caleb do that? It's good. I wish I could tell you, I can't. But in about 6 weeks plus, you'll say, oh, that's what Caleb referred to back in April. Oh, that. Oh my God. Wow. And yes, my birthday. Yes, my birthday is on Thursday. My birthday is April 20, even though I don't smoke it. What am I doing for my birthday? We're going to celebrate it on Friday, which is the 21st. Pink Firefly and I are going to go to the Dubai version of Disneyland. It's called IMG. So imagine Disneyland, but it's inside this giant air-conditioned dome because it's Dubai, so it's all insane. And they have dinosaurs and Marvel superheroes and roller coasters. All the roller coasters are inside the dome. And then there's an entire cinemaplex in the park. So while we're there, we're going to see John Wick, which I haven't seen yet. Used to be you'd have 10 to 15 really good movies a year, several decades ago. Every year you can look forward to like 10 or 15 really good movies. Today in the collapsing Western world, you get like one movie every 2 years or so. You get a Top Gun Maverick and you got to wait another year or two for a good movie. So John Wick apparently is that good, but we'll find out. I haven't seen it. Don't give me spoilers. For the Q&A at the end, should we just be focused on business and 5 flags? Yes, please. Give us a clue. I can't. It involves other people, other names of people who are big name people who I can't talk about. Several of you are complimenting my appearance. Thank you. You said you're not always in a good mood? Oh, you said you're not always in a good mood? Always seems the opposite from angry alpha male 1.0 ender tape. Yeah, I'm always in a good mood. Can you guys hear me? Are you not able to hear me? All right, put a 2 in the chat if you can see me and hear me. I have one person complaining they can't hear me. So if you could please put the number 2 in the chat if you can see me and hear me. I see. Okay, good. All right. So if you cannot see me or hear me, your problem. Sorry. Cool. All right. Let's see. How are we doing on here? How are we doing on attendance? Yeah, I'm gonna wait another minute or two, and then we'll get rolling on this. I'm seeing lots of 2s. Awesome. Great. Thank you very much. Wonderful, wonderful. Ed Harris would be in 80% of those movies. I don't know. Maybe. Christopher Walken would usually be in 80% of those movies. I just saw on the plane, my last trip I took, when I came back from Paraguay to Dubai here, I watched Pulp Fiction. And I'm like, God damn it. That's a good movie. I forgot. You forget what good movies are. When everything sucks, you forget. Oh my God, that's such a good movie. The writing is so good, and the acting and the everything's perfect. And you don't have movies. You can't make movies like that anymore. They're not allowed to. It's great. Okay. Click on the video to unmute. All right. Cool. Should we get started? Let me see here. Yeah, no, I'm gonna wait one more minute. One more minute. You guys are saying someone's name. I'm not gonna say a word, but it's bigger than just one person. It's bigger than that. I'll give you one. Okay, I'll give you one hint. That has nothing to do with other people, just me. I am updating the Unchained Man this year. Finally doing it. I figure out a way to do it and fit it in my schedule. And but I'm going to do it in a different way when I release that book, because it's going to be more than a book. And so I brainstormed out some ways to do it. And I said, well, this sounds pretty cool. I mean, this will probably work. I think this would be good. And I have pitched this idea to about 6 or 7 people who I trust, people who are aware of my audience or in my audience. And all of them, this never happens when I have ideas. Sometimes people go, oh, that's a cool idea. Or they go, well, that's good. Maybe you should change this. Or they go, no, that's probably not a good idea. All 6 of them are like, holy shit, you're going to do that? That is perfect. Oh my God, what a good idea. I don't usually get that kind of feedback when I have, ideas, pitches, things like that. So, okay, cool. All right. I think we should get ready. Let's get ready. Let's do this. Let's get started. We're going to talk today about, I'm Caleb Jones. If you don't know who I am, I know I have a few new people in this audience. If you have questions as I go along, I will do a full Q&A at the end of this presentation. And at the end of this presentation, I'm going to talk about what this thing on the screen is. What else do I want to say before this? Yeah, that's really it. So just make sure that questions show up in the Q&A only column. You can see there's a chat column and a Q&A only column. I'm going to go over the Q&A and go through those. This is something different. I've never done this before. This is a different way in which I've done these presentations. I'm going to go over specifically why most business owners, new business owners, fail. Core part of what I talk about is having location-independent income, at least $85,000 a year in pre-tax net profit that is self-employed, location-independent. More if you want it. I make many multiples of that, so certainly we can do more than that. So we're going to talk about that today, and I've learned that if you do the opposite of the mistakes, then you get the results. It took me many years to figure this out. So I'm going to focus on the mistakes that people make, so that you do the opposite of those mistakes, and then you get the results. Sometimes it's better to teach, here's what you shouldn't do, than here's what you should do. Although I talk a lot about that too, right? Right. Okay. 6-figure location-dependent business. We'll talk about 6 figures today. Now, $85,000 is the minimum, but let's add another $15,000 and just say 6 figures. I just got my taxes done a few weeks ago, looking at how much money I made last year, how much I grossed, how much I netted, and I'm like, ooh, shit. So 6 figures is good. More than that is even better. It's good. And it's actually very doable as long as you do the right things. If you have my content, you have so much access to things on the internet too, free content, paid content, all that stuff. Anyway, we're going to talk about how to avoid the 5 fatal mistakes. I sat down and thought through the biggest mistakes that people make. And I can tell you, as a business consultant with over 25 years of experience, started multiple companies, worked with hundreds of companies. These are the 5, particularly with newer business owners. That is the category that most of you are in. Most of you have not yet started your business and you want to, or you have just started a new business somewhat recently. Okay. So that's kind of where I'm focused on this. Now, if you already have your own business that is not location dependent, you need to listen to this. If you have your own business that is location dependent, you already have a mature business, you're probably making some of these mistakes, because I made some of these mistakes. Okay. All right. I'm kind of screwy on the mouse. I'm doing this a little differently. I'm going to look over there. If you know my content, you know that this says the collapse is coming. It's actually already here. The entire Western world is in a slow state of civilizational collapse. This would be economic collapse, political collapse, governmental collapse. monetary collapse and cultural collapse. Not technological collapse. Technology will still improve, but everything else is going to get worse. That would be, when I say the Western world, let me be very specific. I talk about the collapsing trifecta. That would be the United States, Canada, and Europe. Yes, including Eastern Europe. Australia and New Zealand might be okay. They're not going to do well. They're just going to stagnate. They're just going to do this, okay, at best. And so on top of that, the elites are doing various things like CBDCs, where they're going to enact various protocols where you're going to have basically zero monetary privacy if you utilize normal Western currencies. They will be able to, in the next few years, I don't know when, okay, not tomorrow, probably not even this year, but in the next few years, you're going to have a problem. They'll be able to see exactly what you're spending on, where your money is, where it's going. They'll be able to tax you, fine you, do a social credit system, all kinds of horrible things that you're not going to like. On top of the collapse. So we live in an era now where it is no longer smart or safe to be reliant upon A, the country in which you live, the single area in which you live, or B, your employer if you have a 9-to-5 job. Country in which you live, you need to be mobile. You need to have the ability to get your stuff and just leave and go wherever you want and still make money wherever you go. That's what location-dependent income means. I can go anywhere I want, whenever I want, stay there for as long as I want. I have no dip in income whatsoever because my 100% of my income, 100% for many years now, is not tethered to where I'm physically located. Okay? If any of your income, even a percentage of it, is tethered to where you are living the lifestyle model of a plant, not of a human being. Very, very stupid, very unwise. If this was the 80s, you could do that. If this was the 50s, you could do that. It's not. We're all in big trouble unless you make these changes. Number one. Number two, and I've said this before, we live in an era now because of all these changes, economic factors that are beyond the scope of this training, that, hang on one second, that it is now safer, long-term and financially secure to be someone who owns his own small location-dependent business than to be employed. This is the first time in Western history where that is the case. For all of Western history, certainly most of my adult life, and I was born in 1972. I'm an old man. I don't look old, but I am. Most of that time, it was actually safer to be an employee. And to go out and start your own business was the risky. That was the risky play. Those were the risk takers. Entrepreneurs were risk takers. Today, you have more long-term financial stability and security if you have your own business than if you are a fucking employee. For numerous reasons I could get into. You can watch my YouTube channel, various other stuff. Okay, don't have time to go into that, but that is the reality right now. Okay. Location-independent business means that you are free and stable and secure, both. You will not be free having a 9-to-5 job. I'm sorry you're not. Those days are long gone, okay? Including if you have a location-independent job. Well, Caleb, I have a job, but it is location-dependent. I don't need to be anywhere. Okay, can you set your own hours? Well, no, I got to do these meetings, and they watch me, and one of my brothers has that. He is location-independent technically, but he has to carry around whenever he needs to go out of his house during his workday. He has to bring his laptop and bring all these phones and all this equipment. He has to be on them. If his boss hits him up, he's got to go, oh, hang on. That's not freedom. I'm sorry. I don't have that lifestyle. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. Okay. This is Matthew. He wanted to travel the world, but he was stuck in a job, and helped him launch his own location-independent business through my materials. Today, he lives in Bali full-time, spends a lot of time at the beach. He is a happy guy now. This is Cliff. Cliff is actually, well, I'll tell you at the end of the slide here. Didn't know how to make money online, had no idea how to do it. And I helped him create a location-independent business. And within the first 6 weeks with our help, he made $3,200, excuse me. I just talked to him. Actually, Jeff in one of our programs just spoke with Cliff a little bit ago. He just got 2 more clients. He's making good money now, 100% location independent. Matter of fact, he is so good at this stuff. He is now one of our coaches in our programs. Pretty awesome. And he started, in terms of location independent self-employed income, from zero just a few months ago. That's how this works. If you don't know who I am, my name is Caleb Jones. I'm 100% self-made. I wasn't born poor, but I was born very, 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 very lower middle class. My dad was a low-income worker, supporting a family of 7 on his own income. He was the last generation of men who were able to do that back in the 1970s and early 80s. So I envy guys who are born wealthy and get all this money from their parents. And well, that would be cool. I had to make my own money. I make 7 figures a year. Don't tell anybody. Shh, don't tell me that. It's a secret. I have about 16 monthly income streams. That number changes from time. Sometimes it's 14, sometimes it's 17. Right now it's about 16. If you ask me in 6 months, it might be a little different. So I have lots of diversified income streams coming in. I have taught thousands of people all over the past, 14 years, how to set up location independent companies, either through my Alpha Male 2.0 brand or my Sovereign CEO brand, or through my consulting practice. I've been a business consultant in some form or fashion for about 26 years. So this is kind of in my blood. This is stuff I know. If you were not aware, I also have another business, another brand where I teach men how to date multiple women all at the same time without any cheating or lying or drama. I've been living that lifestyle for going to my 17th year living that lifestyle. I'll give you more details in a second. So before all of this, that's me back when I was about, I want to say I was 29 there. That's about 20 years ago. I'm about to turn 51 in 2 days. I'm a little sexy little boy, aren't I? I used to be poor, and I remember, I've given these examples before. I remember in my early 20s, late teens, I moved out when I was 18 years old. I could barely afford my rent. I would regularly pay my electric bill almost 4 months late because I figured out if you paid your electric bill to 4 months late, they wouldn't shut it off until day 183 or something. Not 183. I forget what day it was. Not 90 days, whatever comes after that. 120 days. Anyway, I remember hoping that I would have enough money to put gas in my car so I could get it to work. I remember thinking this. And I worked at a corporate job. I worked at I had 2 jobs back then. I had, my primary job was at a large DOS software utility company called Central Point Software back in the early 1990s. This is back in the DOS days. They had just invented Windows 3.0/3.1. And I hated it. I loved the computers. I loved the technology, but I hated having a job and working in a cubicle. God, it drove me insane. I hated every minute of it. And so I made a decision very early on in life, 18, 19 years old, that I had to start my own business. And I did. Started part-time. And I had a rough time. It was a pain in the ass. Finally, I started my own business, able to quit my job. And then around 2008, 2007 specifically, I got divorced. I had a traditional monogamous wife. I had 2 children. Got divorced 2007. Around 2008, we had the global financial crisis. In the middle of my divorce, I lost 60% of my income in a matter of 2 to 3 months. In addition to going through a divorce and figuring that out and figuring out alimony and child support and going to court and living in an apartment and supporting 2 households, and not a fun time. Not exactly my finest. So I made a bunch of decisions around that time, and I've talked about the decisions I made on my other content. But in terms of this, one of the decisions I made is I have to have my business 100% mobile and location dependent. I cannot be stuck here back then it was Portland, Oregon. I cannot be stuck here. The United States is going down. The West Coast, I said, and I was right back at the time, is really going down. I can't be stuck here. So not only need to make more money, need to make it a way where I don't have to work long hours, need to make it a way where I am mobile. Made that decision. Made a lot of decisions back then. So went through a lot of trial and error, both at that time and certainly after that time, ramping up the companies that I have now, and struggled a lot. It was a pain in the ass. Some of it was exciting. Some of it was a huge pain in the ass. I almost filed bankruptcy twice back in those days. I've told this story on my YouTube channel. I actually was in jail for about 2 hours. I've spent 2 to 3 hours in jail for contempt of court. And that was related to my divorce at the time. Paying alimony and child support. I was late on the payments because I couldn't afford them because of the 2008 collapse. And it was a big fucking mess. Not very fun. So I made some distinctions. And the first thing I did a number of things. I started experimenting with what other business owners I had seen and or read about done that had worked. And I said, well, this doesn't make a lot of sense, but maybe it'll work for them. If it worked for them, maybe it'll work for me. And they did. And they did, and they did. I started looking at other mistakes that business owners had made. And I said, okay, if I just don't make those mistakes, I should get positive results. I should make money. And I was right. It worked. And things started to work very quickly. Very quickly. Like shockingly quickly. I mean, I turned around my finances for my divorce much faster than I thought I would. I remember getting divorced going, oh my God, this is going to cost me so much money. It's going to take me 10 years to recover from this. And I don't remember the number of years, but I think it was within 2 years, 3 years. I had all that paid off, turned around, not a problem because of these breakthroughs that I made. And I don't remember the year I became location independent. I want to say it was around, 2012-ish, somewhere in there. So not only hit my financial goals, I also became location independent. I started traveling the world, whatever the hell I wanted. It was awesome. So my life now is a little tiny bit different. This is me and my wife, Pink Firefly. We just took this picture about 3 weeks ago. We were on vacation in Maldives. It's kind of like Bora Bora, if you don't know what that is. There's a YouTube video coming up where I have all the video and pictures and you hear from her and things like that. I should just show a video of her six-pack abs too. She's getting smaller. I'm getting bigger and more buff, and she's getting smaller. I enjoy a life now where I have 100% complete freedom. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, whenever I feel like it. I can go wherever I want. It's nice. And I work on the things that only I choose to work on. That's a big thing I hated in my job. My job, I had to work on what my boss told me to work on. Now I can work on whatever the hell I want, and I make a lot more money than when I had a 9-to-5 job. I mean, like, my God. My last 9-to-5 job was working at Nike corporate headquarters back in the mid-1990s. My salary back then was I think it was $43,000 a year, which was very good for a young, dumb kid in his 20s who never went to college and never graduated high school. That was a lot. If you adjust for inflation, that was pretty damn good money. Wasn't anything compared to what I make now. And plus, I had a job. I had to go to the office and go to the cubicle and report to that crap. I can live wherever I want. Today, I live in Dubai because I don't like paying taxes. I don't know about you. I don't like paying taxes. I just did my taxes a few weeks ago. I pay the average American. I've done the analysis on my blog, so you can go look. Pays between 51 and 70% in total taxes on his income. In taxes he sees, in taxes he doesn't see. Okay? Just did my taxes. My total tax burden last year was around 7%. Not bad, because I live here in Dubai. I couldn't live here in Dubai if I was location dependent. I'd still be stuck in the United States going, my job sucks. I'm going to vote for Trump and have him fix everything for me. So, as many of you are aware, if you're not aware, if you're part of this, I wanted to include this to give you the context of my life. I have a non-monogamous marriage, so I sleep with other women. I see other women, even though I'm married. My wife fully knows about this. She's fully aware of it, and she's totally cool with it. And no, she doesn't sleep with other guys. She doesn't want to. Not bad. A little different than most guys, than most people. And I've been helping guys build businesses like this for the past 15 years. That's actually not about 14 years. I've been an internet content provider for since 2009. So what I've learned over 15 years is why most people fail in business. These are the 5 mistakes that they make. We're going to cover all these. Number 1, falling for flashy trends instead of mastering essential business skills that actually make you money. Number 2, focusing on the wrong tasks, goddamn, that don't move the needle forward, that don't actually make you money, because that's the point of business. Number 3, refusing to systematize. Those of you who have watched my Business Badassery / Unchained Business podcast with Billy, that's her specialty. We're going to talk about that. Number 4, underestimation of cost and time. This is a hard one. I still do this. Don't do this nearly as much as other people do, but this is a huge problem. Oh, I'm going to start a business and I'll make $1 million in a month. It'll be fine. Oh, I'm going to launch this product and we're going to make $100,000 in 3 days. Oh, it'll be fine. We're that good. Oh, I'm going to build this app. It's going to cost me $15,000. It'll take me 6 months. Bullshit. It's going to take you $60,000. It's going to take 2 years. Happens all the time. We'll talk about that. Okay. Number 5, not learning from someone who already knows the way to success. I struggled for many years because I didn't do this, because I wanted to be a tough guy and do it on my own. What a stupid decision I made. I made such huge gains when I started getting help. Okay. All right. Number 1. Boy, is this big. God damn. This is probably the biggest it's ever been. Falling for flashy trends instead of focusing on fundamental business skills. Most guys, or a lot of guys, who are into this content, self-help content, business opportunity content, set your own company, blah, 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 blah. They're little rabbits, and they jump from trend to trend, and they go, oh, this is cool. Now I'll do this. So e-commerce. Okay. And then blogging, and then drop shipping. And then, Bitcoin, and then NFTs, And then affiliate marketing. Now AI's everyone's, oh my God, AI. And they're jumping around like this. And they don't make a goddamn bit of money. They don't accomplish a goddamn thing because they're too busy jumping around to the latest new cool thing or the latest new cool person. You guys worship Andrew Tate. They keep jumping around this instead of focusing on what actually makes the money. Now, I am not saying that any of these particular things are bad. I have made a decent amount of money in some of these things. I've definitely made money in crypto. What else have I done here? Definitely made money in e-commerce. Made some money in affiliate marketing. So I'm not saying these things are wrong or bad. I'm saying too many of you are focused on jumping around these trends instead of staying focused on the things that actually work. These things don't teach you the real business skills. If you just jump from trend to trend, here's the issue. You expect the trend to make you the money. The trend does not make you the money. I still get emails from guys saying, hey, I heard about this guy who made $16 million just from Bitcoin. He didn't have to work. I mean, how can I do that? No. The trend does not make you money. You make you the money by leveraging your business skills. And if you choose a growing trend, that's great. You should do that. But the trend doesn't make you money. You do. And you can't make the money unless you have these skill sets. Okay. Here's what they are in a nutshell. Number one, picking the right product or service to sell. Too many business owners pick the wrong goddamn things. They pick the things that they want to sell because they think they're cool, not something that the audience actually needs. Number two, defining the specific audience to sell to. If you know my business content, you know my favorite word in the universe is niche. Niche. Not just selling to anyone in the world. Still to this day, regularly, I get guys who want to start a fitness business. Are you insane? Well, my market is anyone in the world who wants to lose weight, which is everyone on planet Earth, at least in the Western world. They have the problem in Asia, but goddamn, you're not going to lose them. You're not going to make any money doing that at all. Okay. Defining a specific audience, a narrow niche is what I talk about. Okay? Marketing your product. I would say that is probably the number one reason why most business owners who actually get the balls to start a business, go out of business within the first 2 years, they don't market enough. They're busy farting around with other things and they don't want to market because they don't know how, or they don't like it, or they think it costs money. It doesn't, or they think it's sleazy, or they think, well, I have a college degree. I don't do sales. Excuse me. I went to college. I went to OSU and I have a degree. I'm not going to do sales. That's for people who are, okay, they do that. Okay. Number four, not delegating or outsourcing the work. Knowing how to do this. You can make a decent amount of money on your own. You can make the $85,000 a year. You certainly can do that all by yourself. Shouldn't, but you could. Once you get past that, maybe past, I would say 120,000, you're going to need help. Unless you want to work 70, 80 hours a week, which is what I did. That was my error. One of my errors back in the olden days, I was working 70 hours a week. I was trying to do it myself. These are the 4 skills that you need. These are the skills that have made me and people I've taught millions of dollars. That is not an exaggeration or hype. And that is a literal figure, millions of dollars. And again, if you want to make millions of dollars, fine, $85,000 a year, location dependent. I'm not Grant Cardone. I'm not here to say you should make $10 million, man. No, you want to make $85,000 a year? Great. As long as it's location dependent, that's great. That's a perfect goal. Do that. Number 2, focusing on the wrong tasks that do not move the needle forward in terms of actually making money. These are the tasks that people like to screw around with. Now, before I list these tasks, I did a YouTube video recently called Listing, Low Income Smart Guy. And what low income smart guys do is they focus on the stuff in their business that they think is really exciting, like fucking with their blogs. They're fucking with WordPress all day. This is so fun. This is awesome. This is valuable work. Yes. And they're not marketing. And they go out of business. They wonder what. So this is an example of this. Screw around with your logo. I've seen guys mess around for months on a goddamn logo. I bang out logos. My team, we bang out logos within 4 or 5 days. We have a graphic artist who we like. He gives us some ideas. Billy and I, we give some direction. We make some corrections. Good. Let's go. Boom. Let's move. Let's get to the money. Let's get to the launch. Okay. We'll screw around with this stuff. Stressing about, what colors work best on my website. My website should look like this and not like that. And, my market likes this color, so we should use that color. Oh, I don't like how this curvature on this icon, should we use rounded icons and rounded, but you're not making any money when you do that stuff. Okay. What type of corporate entity to start? Caleb, should I start an LLC or a corp or a C corp or an S corp? Should I start an LTD? What do you think about a partnership? What do you think about an LT or a PC? Should I start a PC? How much money are you making? None. Well, fuck you. Get to work. I tell people, now Billy disagrees with this. I tell people don't even worry about this. So you're making about $2,500 a month. Then look at your formation. Get to work. Get the money. Okay. Thinking about your branding regularly I have a YouTube group. Not YouTube group, Facebook group. I have a pretty large Facebook group over in Alpha Male 2, with thousands of people. And I'll see guys there all the time. I've been busting my ass for 4 months. So I haven't made any money. Busting your ass. And I'll say, busting your ass. What have you been doing? Well, I've been thinking about this for 4 months. You've been thinking about it. Have you been doing anything? Well, no. Listen, low income smart guy. Only reading books and no action. Now add in there reading books, audiobooks, podcasts, and YouTube videos and not actually taking action in the real world. That is an epidemic today. The internet is full of listings, low income smart guys who just consume all this information and they never fucking do anything. I've said for the record, I'll say it again. There are many, and I mean thousands of men in my audience and women in my audience who are smarter than me, who will never make more than about $50,000, $60,000 a year ever in their lives. They're smarter than me. They're more skilled than me. They can sell product services that are superior to mine, but they won't because they won't take action. They're too busy listening to, Joe Rogan podcasts. Okay? Nothing wrong with Joe Rogan. I listen to those podcasts too, but I'm taking action. Okay? These things give you a feeling of mobility, a feeling of movement, but they don't actually do anything. They don't actually make you money in your business. You've got to do what makes money in your business. The 80-20 rule, 80% of your results come from 20% of your actions. I used to think that was bullshit. And then I worked in a business for many years and I went, holy shit, that's exactly right. So if you identify the 20% of actions that bring in your 80% of your results and double down on that 20%, make that 20% of your week into a 40% of your week. I've talked about this in some of the training I've done for the 500K program. Okay. Where you can double your income and double your time off at the same time. What? Yes. You take your 20% and double that, outsource the rest or stop doing the rest. You don't want to be screwing around with your 80%. Okay. Examples, creating a great offer, things that this is the 80% that makes you money. Creating an offer of something that you have decided, you have determined, not decided, determined that your narrow niche really wants at a price point that is high margin that they can afford. So let me say that again really quick because that's not on the slide. An offer that your niche really wants because it solves a problem they have at a price point that is high margin for you, high markup, that they can afford. That's the components of a great offer. Okay? Those three things. Very few business owners do any of those three things. They just say, I like fitness, so I'm going to start a fitness business. I like computers, I'm going to start I like crypto, so I'm going to start a crypto business. There's none of this analysis. Okay? Marketing. Again, stop fucking with your website and start selling. By the way, sales, which is a subset of marketing. And you might be in a scenario where your business doesn't require sales, like on the phone or over Zoom. Maybe it is if you're a consultant or a coach, perhaps a little bit of that. If you're selling courses or if you're doing drop shipping or whatever, don't need to do the sales. It's just marketing. Okay. Number 3, refusing to systematize. This is huge. Okay. This is why most business owners work long hours. I can tell you from a professional business consultant, full-time professional business consultant with over 26 years of experience, they don't. They just say, oh, I got to do this work. Now I got to do that work. I got to manage this person. I got to deal with this employee. Ah, shit. Now I got to do my taxes. Oh, God, I got to do this again. They don't systematize. This is also why they usually hesitate to fire someone. This is an epidemic. Again, as a consultant, I can tell you, people who own companies, when they have subcontractors, employees, what have you, and they suck, well, I can't fire him. It'll take me 3 months to find a new person. It'll take me 6 months to retrain him. I just can't. I just got to deal with this horrible person in my business. The reason they say that is because they haven't systematized anything. Okay? They don't create the machine. They don't create the machine. That's a picture of I think it's a picture of the Hadron Collider. I think. Is it? I'm not sure. You got to think of your business as a machine that's like a robot that manages itself without you. And so your job is to build that machine. Okay? If you read the book, one of the best business books ever written, a little more for advanced business owners. It's called The Road Less Stupid. It's awesome. He talks a lot in there about Building the machine. Critical. Build the machine. How do you build it? Operations manuals. Whenever something is done, you ask yourself, will someone in the company ever need to do this again, including me? The answer is yes. You stop and you write out all the steps. Or if someone else is responsible for that, you make them do it. That becomes SOP, standard operating procedures. Okay? So everything done on a regular basis in your company, there is somewhere in your business a system where you have all these SOPs. So that way, if you need to fire someone or someone dies or quits or whatever, you bring the new person in and 80% of their training is already done on day one. You say, here it is, do that. Let me know if you have any questions. Instead of saying, God, I can spend a week showing this guy how to do that now. Stupid. Okay. Project management tools. We use Basecamp. We talked about that a little bit in our company. That was Billy's idea. Basecamp is amazing. You will make money. If you're already making money in a business, you bring Basecamp or a tool like that, and they're expensive. Bring something like that in there, you'll make more because you'll get that much more efficient. Implementation tools. I could go into great detail about those. We don't have time, but that could be a whole webinar in and of itself. Matter of fact, maybe I'll do that someday. I would recommend highly, if you read this is one of the books I recommend, The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. One of the best business books ever written. Really good for beginners and intermediates and advanced. All at any level you are, you'll get value from this book. It's a very easy read. Read that book. Read it. Just read it. If you haven't read it in a long time, fucking reread it. I'm not kidding. All right, number 4. Underestimation of cost and time. That is a bridge collapsing because infrastructure in Western world is going. In Dubai, infrastructure is perfect and they're building new buildings and it's amazing. And I go back to the United States, it's all this crumbling streets and crumbling buildings. And why do people live in the United States? Anyway, most business owners are, if not all of them, are naturally optimistic about their own future results. Okay, if I start this business, or if I introduce this new product, or if I start this new marketing campaign, or if I start running Facebook ads, or if anything new they do, they go, I'll be making money. I'll make this amount of money. I'll make it by X. And they're totally wrong. I make this mistake myself. I've been guilty of this myself. We all have. Oh yeah, we should be making this amount by this date. Okay. In 3 months, we'll be making blank. 3 months coming, you're not making anywhere near that. You're like, matter of fact, you're not making any money. It's costing you money. You're like, what the hell? This kills companies. You have to learn to constantly fight your over-optimism. The way I do that is I think on paper. I will ask myself questions like, am I bullshitting myself? What am I not seeing? And I'll force myself to write some answers. Whatever you need to do to fight your over-optimism, you got to do that. And this is particularly if you already have your own business. Now, if you've never started your business yet, you probably don't have this problem yet. So this is a mistake that's applied to you. Those of you who have already started your businesses, be careful of this. You're going to fall prey to this. I still do it occasionally, but at least I'm aware of it. Very important. Always assume that it'll take 3x to 10x more time and or more money. If you've read, speaking of Grant Cardone, the 10x rule, he talks about it will take 10x more work than you expect. Just assume it in advance. So if you need to make 100 phone calls to score a new client, just plan on making 1,000. Okay? Not bad advice. Let's see. Number 5, not learning from someone who is already successful. If I were to go back in time and do something differently in terms of my business growth, this would be, oh boy, this would be number 1 or number 2 on the list, maybe number 2 on the list of things that I wish I could have changed because I tried to do it myself or I thought that books would be enough. I read a lot of business books when I was in my 20s, like many of you. I was a Lissig in my early 20s, low income smart guy. And I read all these books. That's a good book. And I throw it away and bring the next book. That's a good book. This book is awesome. What a great business book. I learned a lot. I should do this. I'm not. I'm going to read the next book. Here's the next book. This is a good book. Okay. I should have actually talked to more people who are successful business owners who had the type of companies or the type of advice I wanted and engaged them. Why is my mouse not working? Here we go. Most people fail in business because they try to do it themselves. It's a reality. Okay. And boy, is this true. Business is not one skill set. It's several skill sets. Marketing is a skill set. You need it. Managing other humans is a skill set. You need that. Determining a niche, product innovation. That's a skill. You need that. Financial management. That's a skill. You need that. These are all marketing is very different than finance, but you kind of need both, especially if you want to get to the big income. 6 figures, high end, 7 figures, high 6 figures. You really need to be what they call full stack. Okay. It will take you years of trial and error to do this yourself. That's what it took me. It took me years. I mean, I got there. I was making a 6-figure income in $1990 by the time I was 27. So I got there. But boy, did I have to work hard. And boy, did I pay a price. Have you ever seen a professional basketball or football player, a good one without a coach? A good one. Name one. Name one. Can't name one. I can't name one. When you have someone to help you through these obstacles, you'll get from zero to the money faster. I could give you so many examples from my life, including the last few years. So 3 years ago, I hired a very expensive coach. It was actually a team of coaches. And they uncovered something I was doing. They didn't uncover it themselves. They showed me how to uncover it. Caleb, do this, 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 this. And I did those things. I uncovered something I was doing wrong in my companies that had already cost me $1.5 million. A little thing I was doing wrong. And I've been doing it wrong for like 3 years. I'm like, oh my God. To this day, I would have never figured that out and never recouped that income had I not worked with those coaches. Now, obviously, you're not making millions of dollars. Some of you are. There's a percentage you are. I know you are. Most of you aren't. So ratchet that down. You get from zero to the money faster if you're working with someone who's already gone through these things. This is Nicholas. He didn't know how to build an online business. He started from zero. We helped him actually set up a location-independent business, and now he's an online dating coach. He's a niched online dating coach. Luis is awesome. Stuck in a 9-to-5 job that he really didn't like. He used to like it, then he didn't like it. Worked with us, and now he has a niched business where he teaches people how to speak Spanish for a very specific reason. And now he's a happy camper. Founder Sanctum. This is, and then we'll get to the Q&A. This is something that you and my audience have requested. Some of you are aware of the SMIC program, which is now called the UMS program. It is a monthly membership program. This is a monthly program only for business. It's only for business. It is more coaching focused, so you get constant help to build your location independent 6-figure business. Launching it now. Okay. And we've been building this for a few months, and longer than a few months, actually. And usually most of these programs are things that I come up with. This is something that you guys came up with. I mean, we fleshed out the details, but this is something that my audience has requested. Caleb, can you do something like SMIC or UMS, a cheap, inexpensive, that's not many thousands of dollars. We have the 90-day business builder. We have the 500K accelerator. These are amazing programs. You should join them, but there are several $1,000s. I understand a lot of you don't have several $1,000s. I understand that. So this is affordable for everyone else who doesn't have thousands of dollars laying around. And it's monthly, so you can just join it, stay for as long as you want, leave whatever you want to keep it affordable. This is a private community where we help you create that location-dependent 6-figure business, or scale it, or improve it if you already have one. Okay. So you can achieve whatever goals you want. And my goal for you would be financially independent, financially free, mobile, get out of the collapsing West. That's my goal for you. If your goals are different, wonderbar, do whatever you want. So here are the goals for you. Number one is to increase your income. Our goal for you is not $85,000 a year. That is the minimum. Our goal for you in Founder Sanctum is $100,000 a year. $100,000 a year is the first benchmark for this program. To start your location independent business if you haven't yet. So if you are not sure where to get started and the 90-day business builder, all those programs are just beyond your reach, this is for you. Determine the right service and the right product to sell for high profits, niching, audience selection, margin, all that stuff. Maintain your income while reducing your average workly week hours. This is those who already have a business. And as Billy would say, if you don't have a business now, you can start it with us. You won't make the mistakes. You won't do what I did and go, okay, I've built this business wrong. I got to go back and reconfigure it. Implement top marketing strategies and make sales and get clients on autopilot. That's systemizing your marketing. Talk about that. Outsourcing your work. We're really big on that. I'm huge on that. Billy's huge on that. Jeff is huge on that. Everyone on our team, we're big on that stuff. Outsource that 80% that doesn't make you money. Okay. Build an international lifestyle so you can escape the collapsing West. Now, to be clear, Founders Sanctum is not a 5 flags program. If it was, it would be extraordinarily expensive. But the reason you do this is to do 5 flags. That's the sovereign CEO structure I discuss. You build your location-dependent business so that you can do 5 flags. Makes sense? Because you can't do 5 flags, not really. If you have a 9-to-5 job, unless you have a lot of money in savings, I guess. Right? Clarity in your business goals and how they can support your desired lifestyle. A lot of men in particular suffer from unclear goals when it comes to their business. Certainly their woman lives, but definitely their business. So, oh, weird. It's me. I'm going to try this. I've never done this before. I'm going to play this video that's embedded in here. Yep. Mhm. So that's one of the tools you have access to in Founders Sanctum. It's actually our Basecamp tool, which is the same tool we use for the Business Builder program and the 500K Accelerator. It's the same tool. We use it a little differently because this program is a little less expensive, so it's less intensive, but it's the same exact tool. Talk about that in a second. All right, here's going to get number 1, top of the list. I can't believe this. I can't believe we're doing this. This number keeps blowing. I was doing these slides a few days ago. I'm like, God, really? Yes. You get not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, 8 Q&A calls with a business coach per month. That's 2 a week. That's at least worth $2,000, probably more. But that's the primary function of this, is that you get 8 of these, 2 per week every week. Business coaches who already have their location independent businesses, who are already location independent and already making money. These are not just people I hired. These are not 9-to-5ers who call themselves business experts. Every one of these people are people who are self-employed, location independent, business owners making real money. Sometimes a lot of money. Cover that in a second. You can ask all the questions you want. It's open-ended. You ask all the questions you want based on where you are in your business. If you have a new business, trying to find a niche, if you have a current business, trying to outsource, optimize, sky's the limit. All the Q&A conferences are recorded. So if you miss any, you can watch them. You have access to all the recordings. Next thing, in addition to that, you also get a monthly accountability meeting. So up to $2,300 in value now. This is with Jeff. He is our lead 90-day business builder coach. We have pulled him from that program. He's still there. And I have gotten him to do the same accountability coaching for that system he does, also for 500K in the Focus. We have so many different programs. Founders Sanctum, FS is what I call it. And cool, because he's gotten results doing this. He gets very high ratings for this, where he actually goes through and you lay out your goals, objectives the next 30 days. Okay. And then what you do is he puts those things into Basecamp for you to work on and hold you accountable. Okay. So you get the 8 calls per month. You get the accountability meeting. You get exclusive customized training from me. We're at $2,700 worth of value. Once per month in this program, I will take suggestions from people in the program on whatever you want me to talk about in terms of business. And I will do a customized training video just for you guys in Founders Sanctum from your requests. Okay. There is no time. It's not like it's a 5-minute video. If I have to talk for 45 minutes or an hour, I will do it. That's fine. I'll do it at least once a month, perhaps more. The only people who have access to these customized videos are people in Founders Sanctum, no one else. They're just for you guys, for the Founder Sanctum community and nobody else, because they're customized to what you guys ask for. Okay. And of course, you'll have access to all the past videos I do. All right. So you got the Q&A calls, accountability meeting, customized training. You have access to our Basecamp, what I just showed you. We're up to almost $3,000. So this is an expensive project management tool we use to run our company. This is the exact same tool we use to run Alpha Male 2.0 and Sovereign CEO. That's a company of, it's two brands, one company. It's about, how many people are we up to now? 23 people in that company? 23? Yeah. And that's Basecamp's what we do. And so you're in that same system. It's the same exact thing. You have your own section that is private to you, but the coaches have access to it. And you can actually also talk to other members. We have a message board. So it's actually a community where you talk to other members. Programs like this, you get as much value or more from what you learn from the other members than you learn from us. And that's true of all of our programs. You will learn things from the other people in the program you will not learn from us. Plus, you'll learn from us. Okay. You can ask them questions in Basecamp, whatever you want. There's a pinging system. There's a message system. There is a forums. It's awesome. I kind of just showed you a little bit ago. So you get full support for as long as you're a member on Basecamp, whenever you want. We have Jeff, we have Cliff, we have about 3 or 4 other coaches that are in there sporadically, and they will help you with all your questions while you're a member, whenever you want in Basecamp, plus the Q&A conferences. So you get massive amount of support and help building your business. You're not doing it on your own. Okay. Also, I am throwing in some bonuses, and this is if you join now, like very soon. I'm going to cancel these bonuses soon. I don't know when. I haven't decided when yet. Usually I have a date. I'm not sure about this. I'm going to cancel these soon. So if you sign up now, you'll get these too. I'm going to throw in my How to Get Clients video course. Launched that about 2 years ago. And that costs, if you were to buy that course right now, it's about $800. Okay. It's free. It's yours as soon as you sign up. It's about 6 hours of video content, step-by-step instructions on 22 different ways to get customers and clients for your business, including if it's new business. And I include paid ways and free ways to do it. If you have no money, free ways to do it. You just follow step by step and you get business. It's yours free, part of this. Only available for a limited time. I'm taking this away very soon. I don't know when. So you get that. Next one. You also get the copywriting checklist, $10,000 in value. What the hell? Yes, I will tell you in a minute. Ultimate copywriting checklist. Copywriting is a critical skill in all marketing, online or offline, because I've done direct mail. I've done all kinds of offline stuff too. Websites, sales letters, social media, emails, VSL, sales letters, things like that. This is an Excel spreadsheet where you just take your copy and you go down the list. And if you do everything in the list in terms of checkmarked items, you'll convert the best. It took me about $10,000 of my own money to get all the materials, the research, the courses I had to join, the seminars I had to go to, the books I had to buy to consolidate this copywriting checklist. $10,000. This is worth the entire price of admission right here. If you do nothing else and you sign up for Founders Connect and do nothing and you get this, it's worth it. I'm not kidding. It took me a lot of money and a lot of time to consolidate this. So you get that. So you get the video course, you get the copyright checklist. You also get, we used to do this a long time ago for our SMIC. We're bringing this back for this program. Both the Colby A index test and the MBTI, that's the Myers-Briggs corporate version of these tests. Okay. So now we're up to $11,000 in bonuses. So the Colby A index is your work personality type. If you're curious, mine is 8733. That means I am a fact-fighting follow-through. So the first number is if you are a fact finder. The second one is follow-through. The third one is quick start. The fourth one is implementer. And you get a 1 to 10 ranking on each of those. Very valuable to know this. Also valuable to know people on your team, people you work with. Those of you who have like girlfriends, wives, good to know the hers. Okay. You also get the Myers-Briggs test. This is not the free one you can do online. This is the paid one. So either one of these, if you do them yourself, they would cost $50 each. Okay. And they're free for this. You get them as soon as you sign up. If you're curious, I am an INTJ, which means I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole mastermind. That's what INTJ is. I'm exaggerating. $50 each if you did this yourself, free if you join this program. Okay? For a while. Also, at your request, we know that a number of you will also want to join or are currently joined to our UMS program. That is the Unchained Man Society. That is our other monthly membership program. That is for men specifically. We cover business and we cover 5 flags and we cover a lot of woman stuff, dating, non-monogamous relationships and all. We cover a lot of things. We cover the entire gamut of Alpha Male 2.0. If you join Founders Sanctum, it is a monthly membership program. You can also join the UMS program and you get 50% off the UMS because you're a member of both programs. If you are already a member of UMS, this will still occur. As soon as you sign up for Founders Sanctum, we will drop your price for UMS you're paying now 50%. Okay, so if you're a member of both programs, 50% off UMS. Cool? Cool. Also, if you decide to do the 90-day business builder, which is several $1,000s, once you've been a member of Founders Sanctum Once you've been a member of Founders Sanctum for 2 months, $1,000 off the 90-day business builder because you can roll right into 90-day business builder. These are 2 very compatible programs. Also, after 2 months, if you want to join the 500K Business Accelerator program, which is kind of expensive, that's where you actually coach with us one-on-one for a year. You get a battery of coaches for an entire year. You get $2,000 off that program once you've been a member of Founders Sanctum for 2 months. And the cost for being a member of Founders Sanctum for 2 months is way less than $1,000. I'll get to it in a second. Way less. So you're making a profit on these discounts. Okay. Why is my mouse not working? Click, you bastard. Oh, okay. Forgot about this. You will also become eligible for... Can't talk, man. Caleb, learn how to talk, bro. Hang on a second. I think I'm getting some... Hang on. Okay. Founders Sanctum Elite. This is actually... this whole thing was Billy's idea. I mean, she came... I fleshed it out, but she came up with the idea. I'm like, ooh, that's perfect. When you join Founders Sanctum, you become eligible for something we're calling Founders Sanctum Elite. And here's how it works. Once you've been a member of Founders Sanctum for 9 consistent months, you are automatically enrolled in another program called Founders Sanctum Elite. And you get it's a whole bunch of extra shit that's free. So Founders Sanctum Elite is the same price as Founders Sanctum and includes it. There's no increase in cost. Okay? You just get this extra stuff. Okay. First thing you get, an elite only Q&A call once a month with me or Billy or another 6-7 figure earner, high earner. Okay. Q&A coaching call in addition to your 8 calls plus your accountability session. So this is your 10th call you get. And it's guaranteed with me, Billy, or someone at that income level. Okay. All right. Number 2, I have 8, 9, 10 different courses over Sovereign CEO and Alpha Male 2.0. You can pick any one you want. It's yours for free, including my really expensive ones. You just say, I want this one. Here it is. It's yours. As soon as you've been a Founders Sanctum for 8, 9 months. Okay. That's the next thing you get. Next thing you get is we will curate elite members only mastermind groups. We'll put you together groups of like 3, 4, 5 people max where you can mastermind with each other on a regular basis with a curated formula and a curated curriculum. We'll do that. You have access to that. You also get a separate message board set just for elite members. Cool. And again, I'm going to reiterate, no extra fee. This is all free. You get it free. Genius idea. Love it. All right. So in total, you're going to get the 8 Q&A calls per month, the monthly accountability meeting. You're going to get customized training from me. You're going to get the Basecamp access. You're also going to get, for a limited time, I'm going to cancel this shit soon, How to Get Clients video course, the copywriting checklist, both of these tests. You also get all the discounts, and you have access to Founders Sanctum Elite after 9 months. You add all that up, that is almost $14,000 worth of stuff, and I'm not kidding. And I've been lenient on some of these numbers, okay? $250 a month. That's it. Now, that's if you pay annually. If you do month to month, it's $297 a month. That's it. And This is not on the slide. I should put that on there. Tax deductible. The UMS program is not tax deductible because half of it is girl stuff. This is a 100% business program, 100% tax deductible off your taxes. Please check with your accountant in your local area. I got to throw that disclaimer out there. Tax deductible, $297 a month. If you do monthly, $250 a month, you do annually. Okay. Bonuses will go away very soon in the next few days, probably. I have not decided on the date yet, but soon, because it's a lot and I want to give that away forever. So just for this launch. So you got two choices. You can do nothing and play it safe and not take this leap of faith and stay where you are. That's fine. No problem. Or you can sign up, start building your business with our help. So you're not going to do this alone and become financially free and financially secure. And possibly, in my opinion, you should do this, escape the collapsing West. Or if you don't want to do that, at least you have the option of doing that to set up an international plan B or to travel more. Some of you guys are really interested in dating other women in other countries. You can do that. Whatever your objectives are, okay? If you're a woman, you have your own goals, right? I've talked to a lot of women lately in Sovereign CEO, like several of them. So I know what you guys want. A little different than guys, but still you want to be mobile, right? All that stuff. All right. FoundersSanctum.com. You can go there right now. If you want to continue on this, you can make a new tab in your browser. I will leave this on the screen. That's it. Should we do Q&A? Let's do Q&A. All right. I'm going to click over to the Q&A only column, and I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and I'll start from the bottom and go up. Then I'll hang out here for a bit. FoundersSanctum.com, which means there's two S's in the middle. Okay. How much is Basecamp on average? I don't know because I don't look at those numbers. It's a few $1,000s per year. I think there's an annual fee that's several $1,000s a year. And I think they charge based on the number of, I don't know. I just don't know. If Billy was here, she could answer that. I don't know. Is ChatGPT good to edit a book, an ebook, or should you go on Upwork for that? You would still need a human being. At the moment, you still need a human being to edit it. So what you could do is you could save money on editors, have it edit it, and then hire somebody. And that instead of paying that person 300 hours, you could pay that person 50 hours, for example. What are the biggest lessons and take-home tactics you learned from Alex Hormozi? Things that probably would apply to most of you, like how to build a sales team. He's helped me with that. You guys probably aren't building sales teams. Most of the stuff, frankly, he teaches does not apply to 99.9% of his audience, and he said this. It only applies to a really small fraction, people like me. Also, he's got some good offer stuff, how to build an offer. That book, he is $1 million offers. That's a good book. Do you think Switzerland will be strongly affected by the collapse? Yes, I do. It's right in the middle of Western Europe. Yeah. Due to the collapse, I don't think Eastern Europe is a good place long term, even on European countries. You are correct. The best location considered Eastern European would be the Caucasus. Yes, Armenia, Georgia, kind of. Although Georgia borders Russia, not Azerbaijan. But yes, the answer is yes. Are there other content creators that are similar to Alex Hormozi that are worth watching? No, not that I know of, because most guys at Alex Hormozi's level aren't on YouTube and think YouTube is stupid. I've said this many times. My mentors aren't on YouTube. They think it's dumb. And these are old men in their 70s who make bazillions of dollars, and they think YouTube is like, they don't think it's dumb. It's just not their thing. The only reason you're getting it from Alex is he's a young guy. He's like, how old is Alex? 32? He's young. He's a baby. That's why he's on YouTube. Left UK for Armenia, as mentioned in the last UMS call. Oh, cool. There for another month so I can focus on finish my book location dependent business, but I have to get back to UK for a couple of months. I did it very quickly, but helped me to take more risks. Do you think this would help when I leave the UK again? What would help? You talking about this program? I don't understand your question. Rewrite your question. What's your thought on Chile as a residency or other part of the Five Flags? Chile is good. It is not great. There are much better countries to do Five Flags in than Chile. Paraguay and Uruguay would be better. And in many respects, Colombia would be better. So Chile really is like in fourth place in terms of South American countries. but it's not bad. It used to be great. Now they're fucking it up, but it's fine. But there are better countries there. Uruguay is way better than Chile. How are things looking for Uruguay getting get residency event? That will be a ways off, but it's coming. You look way better now than your 20s. You look really awful in your 20s. That is correct. I did. I looked like a stupid beta male in my 20s. Let's see. Should I focus on finishing my ebook, then move to my next business? Well, if your ebook is your business, yes, you should focus on that now. Yeah. Will the second business be easier than the first? As I find ebook was easy at first, but now getting harder toward the end phase. You're right saying the ebook could take some time. I thought it was me, but I agree it was a process. Yes, your second business is always easier than your first business, but don't start your second business until you make money with your ebook. Don't just say, I have my ebook's done, and then go, whoo, throw up the internet and go to the next business. No, you need to, now the work really begins. You need to market it. I don't give a shit if you wrote it. That's great. Most people will never write a book. So that's awesome. Now you need to market it. Write it, then market it. Will those doing the coaching for Founder Sanctum be boss cooperative coaches? Yes. How they relate to SF? The answer is yes, yes, yes. I have a not technically exclusive, but non-technically exclusive contract with boss. So yes, they are. Me plus boss. Yes. As an online coach, would you recommend or sell courses or memberships or both? In a particular order, I like the idea of memberships. There's pros and cons to each. That's a good question. They're both good. It depends on your objectives and your personality and your work style. So memberships are great because they have automatic income every month. But with a membership, you got to be on your toes. You got to be constantly taking care of your customer base, providing content, help them out. It's a constant flow of work. Courses is the opposite. It's a work one time and then you're more or less done, more or less. However, with courses these days, it includes some coaching in there, but it's not as intense as a membership. So it depends on what you want. Now, course is not regular income like a membership too. So there's no right or wrong answer to that question. It's really up to you. They're both good. Whilst working on your location-independent business and leaving a job in the West, it's been mentioned an outside sales job is a better option to get money quickly. Are several referral programs good? I found one. Big option. Is this a good option? Is getting a job a good option? What do you think I'm going to say? No. What are your honest thoughts on Alex Hormozi? He's a beta male in his personal life. He is hyper successful in his business life, more so than just about any other human being on earth. I mean, you make hundreds of millions of dollars by the time you're 28. Who does that? No one does that. So he's almost like a fairy tale in his business life. He's amazing. It's fantastic. In his personal life, he's a beta male. But most success, as I've said many times in my Alpha Male 2.0 content, the vast majority of successful businessmen are betas in their personal lives. An alpha male in his business life and personal life are very rare. They're rare. It's me and Dan Pena and one or two others, and that's about it. Andrew Tate 1.0, right? Andrew Tate also said similar to you on trendy fads to make money. He said that people who make money on some of those, particularly crypto, fail to learn essential businesses, and also said that crypto is good once you keep your questions a little shorter, Dwayne, please. I think if one focused on crypto, get too comfortable and create a business. Right. Well, again, you could do you could use crypto as a business as long as you fucking stick with it. A lot of guys started crypto businesses last year with NFTs and stuff. And then the big crash came. They said, well, I guess not doing that anymore. I'll find something else to do. No. If you're going to start a crypto business, you stick with it for 3 or 4 years straight. And you make money whether or not crypto is doing great or poorly. Okay. That's the difference. What delayed this launch? Me, my schedule. There's only one reason for any delay in any of my companies. It's Caleb. Caleb's schedule is ridiculous, especially the last few weeks / months. It's been like hard for me, and I have a lot of energy. Me. Has the book 100 Million Offers by Hormozi had any impact on your business? Let's see. Sure, I use some of that stuff to do the 9-day business builder offer. Some of it. Yeah, some. To help sell an ebook, is it good to charge a higher price, i.e. $30, but attach a free product to it, i.e. bullet point fact check? Yes, absolutely do that. What are all the full stack? What are all the skills and elements to becoming a full stack CEO? Let's see if I can remember all of them. Marketing, sales, management, managing people, financial management, so profit and loss statements, things like that. Legal, taxes, innovation, product innovation, making new products that reflect the audience. Those are the big ones. There's probably some little ones I'm forgetting. Are Dan Sullivan's coaches that good, or is it just the frameworks that are good? Both. But if you want to do that, you're going to spend a lot of money. Being in a UMS program has been very helpful, Caleb. Cool. Is it normal to have days where you have a block and can't focus, and then suddenly you feel a rush of urgency and drive to bust your ass for a week? Is that normal? It's normal for some people. Not normal for me, but it's normal for some people, sure. What role is Josh likely to have within Sovereign CEO Alpha 2.0? Josh runs my YouTube ads, and he also coordinates a lot of my email advertising. Stop falling for this bullshit, people. This is all bullshit. Kevin says this is all bullshit, so you should all leave right now. This is all bullshit. Binance is going to stop cash deposits withdrawals for UK customers from May 22nd. Really? Should one withdraw all their money in cryptos from Binance? You should not have long-term money in any cryptocurrency exchange, including Binance, Coinbase. If you keep money in there longer than a week or two, you're dumb. You're just stupid. When I use Coinbase, I don't use Binance, I use Coinbase. When I use Coinbase, that money is in there. That crypto's in there for less than an hour. I pull it in, I take it out. I use it as a conversion mechanism. That's it. Do not keep any long-term money in any cryptocurrency exchange. From Mt. Gox to Sam Bankman-Fried, you guys should have learned this. No. Where can I buy your time management course? Go to store.calebjones.com. What do you think about living in Mexico? Tax question. In tax question? I don't understand your question. I believe Mexico is 6 month, 183 days. I think. I'm pretty sure that's what Mexico is for taxes. So if you stay less than 6 months, you're good. Also, it has to do with whether or not it's Mexican sourced. Mexico tax law is a little weird. I wish I could answer your question better. Off the top of my head, I don't remember. One of your Q&As for your business mentioned a niche where you said you would work, which said one of your Q&As for business, I mentioned a niche you said would work. I remember Billy commented and said she has connections that niche. You told her to message me. I don't remember. Dwayne, you got to keep your questions shorter. Should I follow up with her? Yeah, follow up with Billy. Sure. Is Founder's Sanctum tax deductible? Yes. Check with your accountant. Yes. Yes. It is purely business. It is tax deductible. The UMS program is not, because we discussed dating topics in there. So you can't write those off, right? Our residency programs generally aren't, because that's not for business purposes. But this is. 90 Business Builder is, 500K is, things like that. Yeah. Will this program help with people that have little to no skills to start a business, or to help modify an almost failing business to one that isn't failing? So the answer to the first part of the question is yes. The answer to the second question is maybe. If you have a business you want to improve, yes. If you have a business that's almost failing, it might be too late. I don't know. I don't know if I can answer that or not. Maybe. What are the limitations on coaching and Basecamp? How many questions and what the coaches can and cannot do? So the way I do this kind of thing is questions as needed. If you are constantly every day sending hundreds of questions to the coaches, then we're going to say, sorry, that's too many. But I don't put a specific limit on this. I rather say questions as you need them. And most people are appropriate about it. If you're in there every day constantly bugging the coaches all fucking day long, then we'll tell you, hey, man, too much. So there's no set limitation. It's a bit late to ask a question, but I'm currently in my last semester in college and less than a month away from graduating. Would it be possible to be flexible on the start of my membership to leave enough time to finish out the degree before striking out to build my business programs and make my parents happy? Oh, because you want to make your parents happy. Well, my standard answer is fuck your parents. I don't care what your parents think. I didn't go to college, and my parents had master's degrees, and they almost passed out. They freaked the fuck out when I said I'm not going to college. So my standard answer is be an alpha male, tell your parents to go fuck themselves, leave, and go start your business. Now, if you're 2 months away, then okay, maybe. Last semester, is that 3 months? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I have a bias against college, though. I don't even want to ask you what your degree is in. Is it in art history? Is it like, Eastern European history? Ugh. Hopefully not. I wanted to sell information, but I'm worried about the lack of confidence they may have from my young age. Any advice? Well, I was a consultant, self-employed at age 24. And you saw a picture of me. I looked like a little baby. I mean, I looked younger than that when I was 24. I looked like a little kid, and I made it work. Focus on how you can help them, and they won't care how old you are. Focus on how you can help improve a client or customer's condition, and they won't care how old you are. They won't give a shit. And I speak from experience on this. I was a young, dumb kid. I was making, I'll say it again, $100,000 a year plus. By the time I was 27 years old, that was in late 1990s, so adjust for inflation. As a young, dumb kid, no college degree, no high school diploma. They didn't care. Do you think it's worthwhile to get good at selling and presenting on video? Yes. Seems like get good at video or be well positioned for the future compared to those who only sell via written copy. Yes. If you have video skills, you'll make that much more money more quickly and easily. Yes, 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 yes. You don't have to have video skills. It's not a requirement. You don't have to. There are plenty of guys I know online who are virtually never, or either never or virtually never on video, and they do just fine. But they do have to work a little harder because they're not on video. But the answer is yes. Hang on. Most good passports are European. By good, I mean in terms of taxation, dual citizenship, number of free countries, and no military service requirements. Not in terms of taxation, unless you literally don't live there. But you said we should avoid passports from collapsing countries. Correct. Why is that? What are the good alternatives? The primary reason is these countries are all slobbering at, and they can't wait to do this, to copy the American model where Americans tax people, I would know, Americans who don't live in America because they have an American badge, they still tax them. Numerous countries in Europe have wanted to do this, and they may eventually start doing this. Italy's talked about this. The UK's talked about this. Australia's talked about this. That's the main reason. What are good alternatives? The Caribbean, Armenia, several countries in South America. Which software would be great for communication with consulting clients instead of Slack? I like Slack, or put them in Basecamp. If they're regular consulting clients, put them in your Basecamp. You can add clients to your Basecamp without any extra fees. The referral program is not a job, by the way. It's more of a gig. Mention is a better option. Fuck jobs. I would not dilute yourself. I would focus on your business. No. Not sure if this is relevant. If I see my first business does not work the way I intended, but I see that it will work as an affiliate marketing business, is it okay to continue with the business and just focus more on affiliate marketing side of the business? Yes. Many times in new business, you'll have to pivot to something else. You'll realize what you started doesn't work or doesn't work as well, and you have to pivot. I've done this many times. So the answer is big yes. Should we learn any copywriting or outsource it from the beginning in the business? With AI coming on board, I'm going to start saying no. Because in about a year or two, you won't even need copywriters. AI will do it all for you. You still need a copywriting checklist to double check that it does it correctly. So what you'll have to do in a year or two is AI will do your copywriting, but you should have a human copywriter double check it. So I'm leaning in the direction of saying no. What is the best business for an undergraduate in business administration in his early 30s? Literally any business you can think of. That is a very broad skill set. So any business you can think of. There is no best business for a college graduate from business administration. Business administration means everything. So any business you want. Find a narrow niche with a very specific problem that drives them crazy. That's how you start a business. That's it. Go do some research. Find a niche that has a real big problem that makes them very angry. And sell something to that niche that helps solve or alleviate that problem. then you've done 70% of the work already. I don't have much money in crypto yet in those exchanges, but plan to put yes, get out of the exchange and put it in your own wallet immediately. Do it right now. Follow up a college question, less than 1 month graduation, Bachelor of Math and Science. Bachelor of Science in Math with statistics minor. Oh my God. Well, you just wasted the past 3 or 4 years of your life. I apologize. Bad decision. Don't make that decision again. 1 month. I would leave now. A bachelor's in math. It's up to you. 1 month. I think my question got skipped. Okay, I'm sorry. Are you sure it's in Q&A only? Got to check that. If I'm focusing on women goals for 3 months before I start my Alpha 2.0 business goals, should I wait to join this program? Yeah, don't join this program if you're not focused on your business. It's for business, so you'll be wasting your time. Unless you want to start accruing the 9 months to get to the Founders Sanctum Elite, I guess. Other than that, no, don't join it. I have 1 month left on current goals. Hoping to join the 90-day business builder in about 4 months. Well, so here's the deal. The 90-day business builder program is if you're wanting to start your own business, you don't have one yet, the 90-day business builder program is a superior program to this, but it costs several $1,000s. Okay. And by the way, that's open now too. So if you go to 90daybizbuilder.com, that's open for enrollment right now. We start on the end of early May. So you got like a week and a half left. Okay. So that is a better program because you got a lot more help. We help you a lot more in depth with that. But this program is less expensive. This is for people who can't afford several $1,000s, but they want to start a business now. So if you're planning to join 90-Day Business Builder, I would point you in that direction. If that's what you're already planning, you could join this too and get your discount. You do that because you get $1,000 off for 2 months. So how much is this program? $297 a month. You do monthly times 2, $600, but you get $1,000 off the 90-Day Business Builder program. Do that. You make $400 free. There you go. Whatever you want. The Founders Sanctum webpage access button is not working. No one else has reported that. Let me try. You're scaring me. Hang on. The feeling it's going to work perfectly. Every time someone says, it's not working, I click it, it works fine. Get instant access. Oh, great. It's not working. Oh, man. Why is this not working? It was just working. Okay, hang on. It's not working. I will have them fix it ASAP. It was. Hang on a moment. 1 second. Let's see. Founders Sanctum sales page. F408. And that's right. I'm going to bring it into a private window. Hang on. Absolutely sure it is really not working. It's not working. You're right. All right. So the instant access, the get access button is not working. It will be working in an hour or two. I'm trying all of them. What happened? Okay. Hang on a moment. I got to go into my base camp and tell somebody. Really fast. Hang on. I just tested this. Hang on a second. Hang on. Okay. So I apologize. Check back in about an hour. If you're watching the replay of this, it'll be working by then. Okay. I apologize. Moving on. Hang on. Let me check my phones and make sure no one's texting me about anything catastrophic. I don't think so. No, looks good. Okay. Let's see. For a second book, I'm thinking of doing a 2020s version of Robert Glover's book, No More Mr. Nice Guy, but target millennial men 27 to 35, solving their specific issues. Would this work? Only if you were really clear in the book, 27 to 35. That's it. If you're not 27 to 35, don't buy this book. Something like that, then maybe. Can I do business with English-speaking countries without speaking English? Yes, I've done it many times. I have at least 3 YouTube videos about this. Yep. I'm currently doing media buying for clients, but it's damn difficult to scale, and I hate sales and client management. Well, that's not good. Should I just do affiliate marketing with the same skill set? Sure. Would you recommend a cheap and simple crypto wallet to purchase for first-timers? Exodus or MetaMask. MetaMask or Exodus. Either one's good. What do you think of a simple business like making a narrow niche that makes a lot of money of sell more? What do you think of a simple business like making a narrow niche that makes a lot of money sell more? Oh, I don't understand that question. A lot of guys are telling me to move to Portugal and Malta. Yeah, I know a lot of guys say that. I know. What is your opinion on these countries long term? They are in the collapsing Western world. Therefore, I would never recommend moving there. I agree that Portugal, not Malta. Portugal is the least bad country in Europe. But why would you choose the least bad country in a collapsing civilization? Why don't you move to a country that's awesome and growing, like Uruguay, Paraguay, Colombia, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, Dubai? You have so many better options than this. And a lot of those countries, they speak English. Panama, which I don't recommend as much anymore, but Panama. I'd rather be in Panama than fucking Portugal. Not that Portugal's bad, but why? I don't get the point. Are they going to be a safe haven? No, they will not. Nowhere in Europe is going to be a... Are you insane? Nowhere in Europe is going to be a safe haven, folks. Nowhere in Europe. No. Can you clarify the difference of this monthly program versus more expensive 90-day business builder? Sure. 90-day business builder, we work with you intensely for 12 months. 12 weeks. It's 90 days. Literally step by step. It is a very controlled program. The first week, we give you assignments and you do them. The second week, you do assignments and you do them. If you have trouble, we help you. Okay? We have live sessions. Live. There are no live sessions. Well, there are live sessions. There are Q&A sessions found in Sanctum, but there's no curriculum. There's no instructions. It's just questions. Okay? Very specific. We have a lot more intense support on 90-day business builder, and we guarantee you'll be making money in 90 days in 90-day business. We guarantee you'll be making money. If you're not making money in your business by 90 days, a certain amount of money, we will work with you forever for free until you do. There's no guarantee like that in Founder Sanctum because there's no curriculum. There's an entire suite of training videos for all the stages in the 90-day business builder program. There are no training videos in here other than the custom ones I do once a month. You can get one a month. So that's the difference. So it's a distinct difference. This is a membership program. It's ongoing forever. 90 Business Builder is a one-time fee. You pay, you do the 90 days, and you're done. You're making money. We guarantee you're making money. Hang on. I'm losing my voice. What is your outlook for Panama the next 10 years? Will it be easier to move there and set up your business? Will it get tougher to get residency? Much tougher. It gets harder every year to get residency in Panama. It's a nightmare. You can still do it, but they make it more complicated every year. That's why I let mine lapse. I was a resident of Panama for 2 years? And I'm like, fuck this. And I stopped recommending because it's such a pain in the ass. If you really love Panama, you have a specific reason to go to Panama, it's still good. It's just not as good as it used to be. It's unfortunate. What's your perspective on elections about to happen in Paraguay? I don't have any strong opinions. Those elections are a clusterfuck because it's still an emerging market country. So I don't really care. I have a few little opinions, but I'm not going to comment on it. It doesn't matter. It won't matter to you. They don't matter. I'm a resident there. I'm going to get an apartment there. Those elections do not matter to me. If the elections in the United States don't matter to me, the ones in Paraguay really don't matter. I'll specifically say the book is, should I get help to win any type of infringement? Thanks for answering the question. I will specifically say the book is 2735. I know someone from Robert Glover's circle. Should I get help for them to avoid any type of infringement? No, just don't copy his shit. Also, since in an area I relate to it is motivating me to optimize other areas of my life. Women, should I master this first before writing the second book, because I don't want to be a hypocrite? Oh, I didn't know that. You shouldn't write that book then. Don't write what you haven't done in your life, please. So you shouldn't even write that book. You should be super successful women before you write a successful women book. So I take back what I said. Do not write that book if you're not getting laid a lot right now with hot girls and having a great time. No. Okay, you have 2 listings into math. Most of my audience is full of listings. One with a math degree and the other about to get it. Is there really no money to be made with applied statistical knowledge? No, because that's the first thing I would outsource. You're not going to do applied statistical knowledge in your own business. And if you needed that skill, you'd outsource it to someone in India who charge you, $5 an hour. I'm exaggerating, but you get my point. I'm leaning toward being a chronic healthy issues coach. Fitness. How do you deal with medical disclaimers since as a coach, we cannot give medical advice? You just state that. I am not a physician. Please consult with a qualified physician in your blah, blah, blah. That's it. You state that on all your materials. That's all. You're not a doctor. You're not a physician. You're not getting medical advice. That's it. I wish I could buy this program for my daughter. I warned her against going to college for biology, but she won't listen to me. Yeah, Gen Z aren't going to listen. Yeah. I have a Gen Z daughter, and she listens to some things, but not others. But she didn't go to college because she's an artiste. So, yeah, I understand. That's the way it goes. What do you think of Amazon for selling physical private label products within your model? You can do it within the Alpha 2.0 business model. I just generally don't recommend it because it's lower margin, lower markup, and products are just more difficult initially, in the initial phases. In the latter phases of business, products are way better than what I do. They're great. You just set up the system to sit back and go retire to Bali. They're wonderful. But in the initial stages, they're hard. It's hard to ramp up with products. So I generally don't recommend them, but they are compatible with the models I teach. Yes. And you could do a products-based business in Founder Sanctum. You could in 90-Day Business Builder. We wouldn't let you do it, but you could in Founder Sanctum. Founder Sanctum, do whatever you want. Thoughts on how I can market as an independent authorized dealer for solar company to an appropriate audience, blah, blah, blah. How can I remotely target an audience in a lead generating manner, working remotely in a state that the solar company is not operational in to homers? Okay. How to do it? I mean, you would have to have a lead gen system. Where do you find the leads and how do you contact them? That's it. I generally, hang on one second. I generally do not recommend starting a business where you're completely reliant upon one supplier. I think that is extremely dangerous. So if you're going to do that, I would consider that as phase 1, the first few months, and you have a phase 2 already planned out where you have multiple resellers. So be aware of that. It's hard for you to recommend that kind of thing. How do I start my first business? Too general a question. I think the best thing is to acquire a following audience. No. Step 1 of starting a business is define a narrow niche with a difficult problem that they don't like. Not go get an audience. I have an audience, but I started back in 2009 from a very narrow niche. Unmarried men who wanted to date multiple women and didn't need monogamy. That was my narrow niche that I started with a long time ago. I didn't just say I'm going to start an audience and teach guys how to get laid. See how it works? Let's see. Where are we here? Cool. Okay. Dwayne, you're just making comments, but okay. How could I convert a location-based land surveying business to Alpha 2.0? I don't know enough about that business to answer that question. So, what are the identifying tasks that must be done by a human being? Number 1, make a list. Number 2, can I not do those tasks? Can I just not do those and do something else? If the answer is no, I have to do it, then you sit down and figure out, how can I outsource this to local subcontractors on the ground so that I don't physically need to be there to do it? And I manage the subcontractors. Example, my dad, back when he was working, he's an old man now, he's retired. Way back in the day when he was working, he had a mental health counseling business, and his niche was companies. He wouldn't sell to individuals, he'd sell to companies. It's called employee assistance programs. He didn't do the counseling. Within a year or two, he stopped all counseling. He didn't like it. So he would go sign up a company on contract, some distant city he didn't live in, find a counselor in that town and say, hey, I'm going to hand you free business. You're going to charge me less. Here's your client. They'd make him sign a non-compete, and he would just have a guy manage that arrangement. So he had a counseling business that was sort of location independent in that respect, that he didn't have to do it. So something like that. You said one of your videos that it will get tougher to get a residency abroad over the next couple of years. Yes. Every year, residencies get more difficult all over the world. Correct. The longer you wait, the harder this gets. Start your Alpha 2.0 location-independent business, join Founders Sanctum, and so you get your business up and running so you get the hell out and get your residencies. Yeah. My plan is to move out of the West in 2027. Is that too late to move out? That is a matter of opinion. To me, that's way too late. My plan was originally to move out of the United States in 2025. By 2019, 2020, I said, oh, fuck this. I'm not waiting 2025. I moved out in 2021. So in my opinion, yes. But everyone has a different level of bullshit tolerance. I got tired of living in the United States, which is a land full of insane people and high taxes and collapsing infrastructure and psychotic politics and woke shit in all the movies. I can't stand it. If you can stand it longer, great, go ahead. I couldn't. I got the hell out. Thoughts on using ChatGPT to write books? I fed my 160-page first draft in ChatGPT, and it spit out a very serviceable second draft, which I can manually edit and then sell. Do it like that. It didn't write your book. You wrote your book. It just cleaned up your book. So that's to use ChatGPT right now. Down the road, it'll write books soon. But right now, that's how you do it. Write your own book and then feed it in there and have it polish it. That's fine. How bad are taxes in Mexico? They're fine if you don't stay longer than 6 months a year. In future webinars and YouTube videos, can you show more pictures of you when you were younger? Helps build stronger connection with your audience and your new prospects because it shows your transformation last 15, 25 years. Here's the problem. When I was younger, my ex-wife has all those photos. I'm sure she's burned them all. So I don't have a lot of photos from that time in my life. And prior to her, I didn't take a lot of pictures of myself. Remember, there was no internet back when I was younger. So it's not like I was doing selfies and shit. So I really don't have a lot of those. My mom may have some. Uriah should have some. So my marketing guys did the same thing. Caleb, we need more pictures of you when you're young. So yeah, I'll do my best. Is AR chat GPT good to edit ebooks in this day and age? Like I just said earlier. What do you think of Amazon? I already answered that question. Let's see. Are we done? Oh, sorry. Here we go. Let's do a few more questions and then we'll wrap this up. And again, check back in like maybe an hour or two and those buttons will start working. Matter of fact, let me refresh the page. They'll just suddenly start working anytime. Let's see. No, not yet. I'm really curious what happened. This bugs me. They were working great. You know, I'm starting to wonder if I did something. Usually, not usually. Often the case is I went to test it and then I fucked something up. So that's entirely that's possible. My staff will say, well, Caleb, that's because you did it up. I'm like, oh, okay. Sorry. I've had a few conversations with women about leaving the West and collapse. They seem oblivious to it or think it is not that bad. Why would that be? Women are getting mad about this. So if you're a woman, I apologize, but this is statistically accurate. This is factually. Women don't pay attention to politics like men do. They just don't. They don't pay attention to macroeconomics like men do. They just don't care. I would tell my wife all the time, we got to leave. I have to leave because America's collapsing. She's like, what do you mean? And now that we've been in Dubai for 2 years, she sees these news reports of like floods and school shootings and all this chaos in the United States. And then she talks to people in the United States who are just bitching and complaining all the time. And everyone who buys happy. And then one day, finally, a few months ago, she goes, I think you're right. I think America might be collapsing. Like, you think? Would you ever recommend a new online coach to run ads? Made over $2,000, but not consistent. Or should I just get my messaging right out first? I just do general manifesting coaching. Okay, so several problems. General manifesting coaching is not niched. That's your problem number one. So that's very bad. How to manifest what you want. That is not niched. You need to micro niche if you're going to be a coach. Okay, number one. Number two, yes, you can run ads as a coach, especially if you have an automated procedure where they get emails and they get real content emails. So you don't like run an ad and it goes to your sales page where they could click a button to pay you $200 for coaching. No. Instead, you run an ad that goes to a squeeze page. If you put in your email address, I'm going to give you an ebook or a little mini course or a recording or a podcast on how to very niched. And then that email list that goes on your email list, and you get a regular sequence of emails that give them real content and sell your stuff. Right now, we just implemented a thing where anyone who opts in through my YouTube ads get a 27-day email sequence. One email for 27 fucking days with real content and real stuff. Okay, that's what you got to do. So that works, sure. How do you deal with niches with strong and annoying? How do you deal with niches with strong and annoying character, like most lawyers or doctors? Well, you make a decision. Do you want to dick with lawyers or doctors? Because I understand what you're talking about. I've worked with lawyers, worked with doctors. Some of them I love, but I know what you're talking about. Do you want to do that with your life? You may say it's not worth it. Then start another business. Take what you're doing for lawyers and doctors, do it somewhere else. Now, if the answer is yes, it's worth it because these guys have a lot of money and I like the money, great. Then you do what David Allen says and you make it right. You just integrate that in your system. All right, I'm going to work with lawyers and doctors. Some of them are going to be assholes, hard to work with. Whatever. I'm going to make a lot of money. That's it. Do you think it's likely we will have a global war in the next couple of years? I do not. And how will it affect those? I do not predict that. I've written articles about this. I do not predict a world war. I predict more little wars. More of those, yes. Yes. More proxy wars. Okay, yes. You're going to have more of those, but you're not going to have big wars. The primary reason is the elites would lose too much money. Little wars are extremely profitable for the elites. The elites love little wars. That's why the United States has been involved in 7, 8 different little wars the past 25 years. The elites love little wars, okay? They hate world wars. That's very expensive. And they don't want to lose money. The world's not too small. The elites in China, the elites in Russia, the elites in the United States, they don't want a world war. They don't. Even if they're mad, they don't want it. That's why. So I do not predict this. Would Armenia be a good flag for storage? Storage? Is it much cheaper than last year for storage? I don't know. Best marketing book. There are lots of them. The best marketing book for beginners is called Guerrilla Marketing by Jade Conrad Levinson, which I recommend strongly. All right, let's do 2-3 more questions, and then I got to go. Let me check the other listing here. Boop, boop, boop. You guys were talking about Alex Hormozi. I'll give you guys 30 seconds. I know there's a delay between when you press enter in your question and when I see it. Foundersanctum.com. If you are watching the replay of this, you've got a few more days before I take the bonuses away. Those are not going to stay forever. They're not. Just let you know. Are we done? I still don't see any new questions. And as soon as I say that, like 10 questions come in all of a sudden. I'll take a quick drink. All right, I think we're done. Let's see. Okay, one more. A 5 flags question. Thailand elite visa has no taxes, but they but they tax remitted money. Do you know how much it is or how much they track it? So I do not, the Thailand visa program keeps changing and I have not kept up on it. I'm going to do a big Asia world tour next year. Now that the Asia has opened up, you don't need a VAX anymore. So, but I can't answer that question. I apologize. How many hours on average does it take to generate $75,000? I cannot answer that question. Depends on the margin of the thing you are selling. So here are the factors. Then I got to go. The margin of the thing you are selling, higher the margin, the less hours you need. Okay. So if you're selling toothpaste, low margin, more time. If you're selling consulting, gigantic margin, don't need a lot of clients. You get one client, get 75,000. Okay. The margin of what you're selling, how good the niche is. That means how motivated they are and how much money they have to solve the problem. And how much marketing you do. That's it. Those three factors. I don't know those factors, so I can't answer that question. Make sense? All right. Thank you guys very much. You've got a few more days to get those bonuses at best. FoundersSanctum.com. I will see you very soon. Have fun.